A carriage house being used as a shed explodes and catches fire, making for a very scary afternoon for some residents in Harrison Township. Neighbors say there were several blasts and one of them nearly injured a firefighter. Special contributor Natasha Williams reports on what some neighbors say is really not that surprising.
Tony Hamlin has lived on Koehler Street for 40 years, but Wednesday afternoon, his normally quiet neighborhood was the center of a major explosion.
And I walked around through here and a propane tank blew up and landed in this neighbor's yard.
And there were several more blasts not even 75 yards from his front door.
Just black smoke and the propane tanks blowing. You could hear them, I couldn't see them.
Hamlin says it's not all that surprising. He says his neighbor is a collector, and the stuff he has piled up in his yard and in the shed behind his home Wednesday led to a neighborhood filled with firefighters and police.
Shed was quite full of stuff. Not sure what. There was quite a few propane cylinders in there that exploded. One of my firefighters were knocked down by the compression of the explosion, and he was sent just to be checked out. As far as I know, there were no injuries.
Neighbors also say the man who lives at that home where the shed blew up has been ticketed by the township for having too many things in his yard a few times, but
he's been declared a nuisance by the township before, so they could go ahead and clean it up, but they didn't stop him.
And Hamlin and others knew something like this could happen.
That's what we was worried about. We're doing propane tanks keep going off and landing in somebody else's house. That brick house, we got a 90-year-old woman living there.
We did some digging and we found citations for the man who lives at the site of that explosion, but the cause of the blast still under investigation.